this morning with my mind stayed on Jesus. I woke up this morning with my mind.
Hello, hey everyone. Joey Sparks here, reminding you God's mercies are new again this morning. Hope. You know what hope is? Do you have hope? One of my favorite movie quotes is, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing dies. No good thing ever dies. From the prison escape movie, Shawshank Redemption. Hope. What about it? Now, whether or not a person has decided to believe in God or obey Him, that person still has to have some sort of an aim for a hopeful disposition, else they will become miserable. Now, obviously, if we place our hope in something other than God, it will come short. It will fall short. It will not last. It will not hold up. But even rejecting God, human disposition is such that we need something to carry us through. We need a focus in our future and a guarantee to help us through. Now, that comes to play in Hebrews because the author is going to point to the high priesthood of Jesus, this aspect that's under consideration in this part of the text, chapters 5 through 10. It's the high priesthood of Jesus that secures our hope. So I want us to read Hebrews 6, beginning verse 17, and notice the terms of certainty. Okay? Terms of certainty so that our hope is secure. Now, it's important that leading into this paragraph, he's talking about the promises, that it's through faith and patience that we inherit the promises. We want to imitate people who have already done that. We want to understand that God keeps His promises, and we're going to inherit them. Okay? So that's the backdrop of this. Then he goes and illustrates with Abraham. Then he comes down to verse 17. So when God desired to show more convincingly, think about that. When God desired to show more convincingly to the heirs of the promise, He wants us to not only know, but to know convincingly. And He wants us to show, to see it. He's going to show it so that we see it. Okay? Now, what's He going to show us? The unchangeable character of His purpose. Not merely His unchangeable character, but the unchangeable character of His purpose. He guaranteed it. Another term of certainty. He guaranteed it with an oath, so that by two unchangeable things, in which it is impossible for God to lie. Pause. What are the two impossible things? Number one, it's His character, that He is unchangeable. Number two, it's that He has spoken and made an oath. So if God had never said anything, we could still trust Him because He cannot lie. It's His nature. But number two, it's His second witness He's bringing to the stage here. Two unchangeable things. His promises are also unchangeable things. So we have what? What does He say we have because of these two unchangeable things? We who have fled for refuge might have strong encouragement to hold fast to the hope set before us. So we've already fled to Him if we're Christians. Now, because He cannot lie and because He has made an oath that He will guarantee, that He will always keep, we can never leave that refuge. We get to keep holding on to it because of all He has done to preserve it for us. So, verse 19, here's how we have it. We have this as a sure and steadfast anchor of the soul, a hope that enters into the inner place behind the curtain, where Jesus has gone as a forerunner on our behalf, having become a high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. So did you hear how that section of the text, 4 verses, are just saturated with certainty and therefore with hope? And he paints this word picture, the anchor of the soul. The hope of the Christian is the anchor of the soul. What's he mean by that? Well, an anchor is a very heavy, heavy, stable object that does stabilize something. We think of a boat most often. It stabilizes something in a different realm. So if you're a boat and you're on top of the water, you are anchored to the ocean floor. You're anchored beneath the water. If you tried to anchor yourself with something that floats on the top of the water, it would be useless. So instead, you anchor yourself to the bottom. You're anchored in one realm so that it sustains you in the other. So he says, you're in Walker County. You're in Alabama. You're in the United States of America in 2021. You're in this world, and your anchor is not here. Your anchor is somewhere else. It's in another realm. It's not even generically in heaven. It is in the inner places before God. And Jesus makes it available and has already made it there. Think about that. That'll be our final thought. Just Jesus has already done this. He's already entered it as our high priest. He's already established it. So it anchors us. It establishes us to remain faithful to God always. We thank you so much for your time today. And it's our prayer that God's timeless word will be your meditation all day today.